Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see an interesting concept of hypothesis testing. Let's look into an example. I'm not here to create any controversies between the soccer fans, but this will be a quite interesting thing to be explained and get understood. We have Ronaldo, who is the best player ever. This is the statement given by me, and my friend Praveen argues with me that Messi is always the best player. So we have two statements here that Ronaldo is the best player and Messi is the best player. We have two different arguments which are controversial to both. Hypothesis testing has two arguments always. One is the null hypothesis, which is represented by H0, the hypothesis that already exists. Like I said earlier, that Ronaldo is the best player ever is the null hypothesis which already exists. And then my friend Praveen gives an alternate hypothesis that is represented with HA, an alternate theory to null hypothesis, which is directly controversial to the hypothesis that already exists. If you are implementing this into a real-time scenario with our examples, see H0, that is the null hypothesis is Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player ever. And then the statement given by Praveen, the alternate hypothesis, that is Messi is the best player ever. So we are here to advocate two things. We are going to argue two things and we have to prove which is true and which is false. By proving that my null theory, that is my null hypothesis, I could easily say that Ronaldo is the best player ever. But if I want to prove that HA, that is the alternate hypothesis, is true, that is Messi is the best player ever, I have to show some evidence to that. It is proven that Ronaldo is not a best player ever. If a null hypothesis got a false result, it is not that the alternate hypothesis is true. Still, we have to prove that Messi is the best player. But here we could say that the market and the team and everywhere we can't say a single thing is constant. Everything changes to time. So if I'm proving that the null hypothesis, Ronaldo is not a best player, that could be any other person. It is not Messi. Today we are comparing Ronaldo and Messi, but if tomorrow we got a new player, a new consistent best ever player, so by proving the null hypothesis is false, it is not that the alternate hypothesis is true. Still, we are here to argue and prove that the alternate statement is true. We have to prove that the alternate hypothesis is true. Even with the best example, we could see that the entire world was believing that Earth-centric theory was true. That is, the Earth was in the center and other planets revolve around the Earth. But later, Nicolaus Copernicus, who is a great scientist, who proved that Earth is not in the centric, Sun is in the centric, and Earth revolves around the Sun and other planet does the same. We could say Earth-centric theory is null hypothesis, which is believed by people and which is already in existence. And a new alternate theory, which is direct contradiction, says Earth is not in the center and it revolves around the Sun, which is a direct alternate for the null hypothesis is given. If we are proving that Earth is not in the center, it will be accepted that the null hypothesis is false. But we can't say Sun is in center and other planet has to revolve that. So when the alternate hypothesis is proven true, then it is accepted. In simple, a null hypothesis proposed that no statistical significance exists in a set of given observations. The alternate hypothesis is a statement used in statistical inference experiment. It is direct contradictory to the null hypothesis. If null hypothesis says there is no relationship between two variables, the alternate hypothesis says that there is a relationship between two variables. So direct contradiction to the null hypothesis is alternate hypothesis. We have to prove which is true and which is false by arguing and giving a strong evidence to that. I think so. This video makes a clear understanding about hypothesis testing. Stay tuned for next video.